Greetings. Great day out here. It's beautiful. My goodness. So, my wife and I were thinking about starting a rooftop comedy club. Yeah, that's right. And first joke's on the house. Oops. Hey, all right. I tried it. I told that joke to a few people. I'm pretty corny. Yeah, man. It's great out here today. So, I can't help but think we need to do something more. I need to be doing something more. I don't know about a few issues right now. One is Israel. How many people in our Congress, in our media, in all branches of our government have dual citizen passports for Israel and America, and or maybe just Israeli passports? It's a lot. It's too many. We're occupied. We have to admit, America is now an occupied country. We are doing things at the behest of another country, Israel, and we're manipulated by all these influencers and people and important people from the past, and Smotrich and Ben Gvir and Netanyahu and Miriam Adelson and Ben Shapiro and all this. These people are all loyal to the Greater Israel Project. The Greater Israel Project has gathered up all this steam and power and mass of evil. As you know, they do have biolabs there, high-tech stuff going on. A lot of things are happening in Israel, in Tel Aviv and other areas, and they have big plans for resort Gaza and stuff like that, and then just grabbing, bombing, Beirut, and making peace plans with Iran contingent upon what happens in Beirut. All this is crazy, right? And it's over the top, and Israel's just completely using us as their bulldog. They don't care about us. They don't care about our youth. They don't care about our future. They would drain America dry. They pretty much are draining us dry. And that has to change. Something has to be done about that. The other thing is ICE. Detention centers. Detention center. How does that sound, right? It's a prison. It's a private prison. Or it's a concentration camp. You're taking certain demographics, concentrating them together, not taking care of them. You're abusing them and trying to slave them, trying to use them as slave labor. And that's why anyone that's so concerned about white supremacy in the past and how all the white people are guilty of slavery and stuff like that, those are good concerns, but actually the real white supremacy project on the planet right now is Israel. It can't be denied. They're killing people of color all around themselves and bombing, unilaterally, just aggressively, preemptively bombing and killing in Egypt, Iran, Lebanon, West Bank, Gaza, maybe some in Jordan too. So they're aggressive. They're the thing. They're the bully on the block. They're fascistic. The things that they say, the things that they openly say, it's right on par with Nazis. There's no, you could take Nazi and put, substitute what's been like Smotrich says and all this kind of stuff. They want to rule the world. I mean, they want to kill all the Arabs and kill any threat and just kill. There'll never be enough people killed to make them feel completely safe, right? If I just start identifying threats, that person over there, he looked at me kind of wrong one time. As long as he's still around, you know what? Israel's not safe. I gotta kill. I gotta go there and kill everybody. So they're kill crazy. We're totally in lockstep with them. We need to get out of that. And ICE. So our ICE, a lot of them were trained by the IDF. And what that means is lose your humanity. No, you're no longer concerned about the welfare of other people. If someone's being detained, they aren't a human, they're an object to be abused. This is the Israeli ethic that our ICE agents have learned. And it's not just the fault of Israel or anything like that. There's also like a plan of the Geo Group, private prisons, something I've been harping on for years. Of course, we didn't get much traction on that. Not as sexy, not as fun. Let's talk about Pam Bondi, for example, the Geo Group, as it is to talk about good old Donald Trump. So that never gained much traction. The discussion, the movement I wanted to get going around abolishing private prisons and exposing the Geo Group. That never got going. Nothing happened there. Too bad. So now we have giant detention centers, quote unquote, concentration camps, private prisons being built all around. There's a new one supposedly still being built in Gilroy. I think there was some resistance. I don't know. But anyway, they're being built. Gigantic detention centers at the same time that the data centers are being built. Right? And not only that, these elites, these tech bros, the people that are building these things, contracting, doing these things, they don't have any pretense anymore that they're going to respect constitutional rights or that America is still America. They don't have any of that pretense anymore. Their language is, screw you, we're doing what we want to do. And if we can put you in some kind of category and throw you in the private prison, we will. And one reason for that is slavery. I'm calling it slavery. It's paying people $1 a day inside of detention center, inside a concentration camp. Paying them $1 a day. They can't leave. Their food is crappy. Their conditions are horrible. And, they're being forced to work for $1 a day. So that's slavery. So one of the things I'm saying in this video, and I'm saying kind of committing to myself, is that if I'm ever detained for, let's say I tweet something, Israel should not be getting our money, American money, to do a genocide and run an apartheid state. That should not be happening. Let's say I say that on X with my name, identity. And the authorities here, like they do in the UK, just decide, okay, that's too much, and they just come and get me, Or maybe this Palantir flock crazy network kicks in even more so than it already has, and the predictive policing they want to do, and somebody has done some kind of predictive thing and just red flags me. Oh, Jeff got really upset one time on YouTube when he was talking about the war in Israel. He got mad, right? So there's something we can predict. Something's going to happen with Jeff, and he might actually resist one of us, or walk up in the hills and kill a rich person or something. You know what I mean? So Jeff could go crazy. That could be bad. So we're going to preemptively arrest American citizens. Constitution gone. Building private prisons. For us, Constitution gone. Okay? So here's the thing. Anytime that happens, or when you go in prison, let it be known that your hands are in your pockets. Hands in your pockets, or hands at your side. You do no work for free. No work for below union scale wage. Never work below union scale. Never do any kind of work below about $25 an hour. Okay? They're not paying you $25 an hour and actually paying you, then stop all work. don't work. If you see that they're forcing other people to work for $1 a day, start sabotaging their projects, creating ways to undermine what they're doing within the limits of what you can do within that prison. But you're already in prison. You're already in a private prison. You're already held by demons who have no morality. No morality, no sense of right and wrong. They're soulless, whited sepulchers. They're demons. And they don't believe in your humanity. They don't believe in their own humanity. They're psychotic. And so you're already in there. I mean, so you may as well put it all on the line and say, look, I'm not adding to slavery. And I'm not going to add to your incentive to keep me in here. So if everyone just says, we're going to resist in ways, and we're going to keep our hands in our pocket. We're never going to come in here and make calls for call centers or do whatever it is they're doing in these private prisons to make a profit for the private prison industry. We're not going to do that. We're never going to do that. If I go in public prison, now let's say I do something wrong. I do a crime and I get caught. And the judge and the judicial system and everything, and I got to do some time because I did a crime in a public institution that has sort of some rules. Not all of the people running it, the warden, are not just complete sadistic, soulless pigs. Some of them are actually kind of human. They're kind of obeying the laws and the rules that we used to have, Maybe in that situation, you want to get better commissary, you want to make calls, there's stuff you want to do and you want to have a little better quality of life. So then working in that kind of situation, but see, the more you hold out as a worker in prison, somebody with skills, there's a lot of people in prison with skills. As a worker in prison, you holding out makes it better for you in the long run, makes it better for other people who would do the work, because now they have to kind of do a little more to bribe you. You get the commissary pay has to go up. The rights you get has to go up. No more worky. See? Bargain, fight, get something for yourself. That's if you're in a public prison because you did a crime. But if you didn't really do anything wrong, all you did is free speech. You did some petty property crime at a protest, something like that. No, you get caught up, thrown in a private prison, or you're an illegal immigrant and you got detained and thrown in one of these geo group prisons. If that's the case, then, it's time to hands in your pockets. Do not work. You have been captured by evil slavers. It's kind of like the DeSoto parties of the 1500s that came into America and the Americas and would show up and try to look for gold, El Dorado, and they couldn't find any gold, start grabbing people and bayoneting babies and grabbing people, just going crazy. European Nazi colonial invaders, slavers, right? And that's what the Geo Group is, and ICE and Department of Homeland Security. So don't cooperate, don't work, don't do any work. Sabotage the work that is getting done in there, if it's making a profit for them. Don't let private prisons remain the profitable thing that they're becoming. That's their vision for the future. That's their vision for you. Why would you go along with that? In any way? Why does anybody in society think that's okay? It's crazy. Okay, there's another thing. Issue number 3, National Defense Authorization Act, Section 224, merges Israel and American Defense Forces, IDF and ADF, combined Nazi forces. Yay! Sharing data, sharing information. Who knows what the merge has, what they have in mind. But it's a further capture of the United States by Israel, the kleptocracy state, the klepto state. Israel, the klepto-fascist apartheid state. right? Further capturing more of our resources, more of us, trying to align the United States with their greater Israel project. Call your senator, call both your senators, call your representative, get busy. No on 224, no on the NDAA as it stands. No, don't do it.